In waking tigers, use a long stick. That's a quote by Mao Zedong. Jungle of Chitwan. Sitting in the seat on the back of Champikhali and Pawankhali, we view life from a very spacious position. We're being rocked back and forth a bit, and the jungle of Chitwan passes by. We can see all kinds of animals because in the presence of these big animals they don't feel threatened. So we can see oxes and deer, and they're all up quite close. And everything over there is quite close. Even the camp is next to the path where the safari starts. Now we have this little thing with the camp. It's an open camp, so there are no fences around it. So animals can move in and out. But that makes the trip quite intense if after dinner in the dark you go back to your cottage, you walk back to your cottage. And our cottage was the one furthest away from the center, next to the path where the jungle trek starts. Lucky us. Nevertheless, it makes for a very good view, and one time there was a rhino walking by, and everyone was gathering up on a height place to have a look at the rhino. But at this today we're on the safari with the elephants, and we're searching for tigers. And we've been sort of going on for like 20 minutes, half an hour, when suddenly one of the guides points to a track in the sand, and it's actually the footprint of a tiger, and it's a huge print. It's like size 48 in European size. I'm not sure, but it's like this big, really big, and so we're heading in the right direction. Now, after some 10 minutes, the elephants start to trumpet, and they start to make this loud trumpeting sound. Still, they continue, and then some 5 minutes more, they stop, and they start to make a rumbling sound. It's like rumbling, like whoa, but it's like a hollow wood tree trunk where you play drums on, but very loud and very intense. And we're sitting on the top of their back, and you have this feeling throughout your whole body. And that's the way for elephants to make clear that they're in the neighborhood, and just to make sure that other animals, if they like, they can move out of their way. But they're not moving anymore. They don't listen to the stick commands, and at a certain point they even let Pooh and Pea walk, and then the situation becomes a bit fearful. And I must say it could also be my fear, just to be honest, because I suddenly realized that if these animals panic and start to run away, then I'm sitting on the back of this elephant in a little seat, and then he walks under trees and under branches, and I don't feel that comfortable anymore, as you can imagine. And we then decide to call this safari a day, and leave it at that. Now, why have I been telling you this story? In hindsight, when I thought about this story, it made me remember and look at my life, and also remember crisis in my life and how I felt in my life. And I think in the journey, or let's say our discovery of personal power, it's also good to remember your crisis. They can be driving powers, drivers for change, drivers for you as a motivation to keep on developing. And I want you to take stock of your crisis. So please take a note and write down the crises that you have experienced, and that come back to your memory after hearing this story. So take a note, and remember, you don't have to read books on personal power, because I have done that for you. But of course, if you like, you can. And now I could also say, you don't have to go to Nepal to search for tigers on the back of elephants, because I did that. But if you want to go to Nepal anyway, I recommend it highly. So thank you for your attention, and I'll be seeing you in the next class.